Hey, YouTube, welcome to the Elect of God YouTube channel. So I want to talk about being a chosen one, being a person that's chosen by God that has a big purpose on earth. You go through hell. You go through hell in life, like so many trials. Like it could be years, it could be months to years to a year of trials, tribulations, of losses, of pain, of setback after setback, of rejection. All these trials, all these trials. You go through all of these, and you're like, man, I don't even know what's going on. But then you come out of these trials just like as if nothing happened. It's been like, say you've been suffering for over 2 years, whatever the suffering is. You've been suffering, whether that's financially, physically, whether that's mentally, and then you come back as if nothing ever happened. You recover so quick because after you go through all these trials, God takes you through these storms, these trials, this refining process for a long time. He refines you a lot. He puts you in the fire. He puts you in the fire and takes you out. So you can literally go through hell on earth for years. It could be years, literally just nonstop suffering, nonstop suffering. And then you come back after that's over. You come back as if nothing ever happened. You're just like, I'm fine. You don't look like how you suffered. You don't talk like you suffered. You don't, anything. You actually talk like your life has been perfectly fine. Like as a chosen one, I've noticed every chosen one goes through hell in their life, but whenever they talk to people, or just the way they carry themselves, seems like they've never even gone through all these situations. You're just like, I'm fine, like I'm good. The reason you come out of so many trials and tribulations, you come out so fine, is because once God takes you out of them is when you enter the promised land. He's like, okay, it's over with. Over with, then he takes you through that. So you could maybe talk to many people, and you talk just like nothing ever happened. You talk to your family, your friends, strangers or whatever, just like nothing ever happened. But they don't know that the past year, the past 2 years, 3 years, however long it's been, you've been through complete hell, like hell on earth, suffering that's so hard that like you don't even know how you make it out of. But these sufferings all serve a purpose. You've probably noticed after you've gone through trials and tribulations, whatever it is, you've always learned something. You became better each time. So, and they come in these waves too. You could go through a trial and tribulation period for like a few months. It could be a year. You go through that, and then you break through. Then you rise again. You rise, and then you find out that you're better. You learned a lot. You got way smarter. You get way stronger, and then you come back out. And then you live, and then you go to your good season. You go to your good season where you're prospering, you feel good, things are going your way. And then after that, then you go through another process. You get refined again. So this is how a chosen one's life is. It's kind of a refining process your whole life. Like you go through the fire, you come back out. You get taken back into the fire for a certain reason, then you come back out. You get taken again, then you come back out. You get taken again, but the whole time it's been because of God. He's been putting you in these situations to show, just to either strengthen you or to change something about you or to make something about you better. So this is why you also go through these trials. This is why you also go through these trials, and you always make it out. And it's almost like you can't fathom how you make it out of these things. You're just like I know I make it out, but it's like, how does that even happen? So as a chosen one, since life has his hand on your life, he's got his hand on your life. So you go through situations where you could kind of only rely on him, because that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to rely on God. That's your creator. That's your God. That's your provider. That's your everything, pretty much. So yeah, you go through people could because most people go through trials as well, but they don't suffer as much as you do. If you're chosen by God, you suffer more. You have more. You got a different purpose to you, so you need to learn different things. So you may be around, you may have been even around people, certain friends of yours, and then you might have had to not see them for, who knows, it might have had to been like months or like years, because you've gone through something that's really extremely like tough, and you're like, man, I can't even, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like you need to spend some alone time. So this is why God also separates you from people. He's like, you're gonna stay alone. You're gonna stay with me, because I got to show you something. But at the end of the day, though, it's crazy. You literally come out of the fire as if nothing happens. Like nothing happened. Like, you know it. Like, you don't show it. You don't even show it at all. Like, people most of the time won't even know anything that you've been through. They're just gonna talk to you, and you'll just tell them probably like, yeah, man, I've been through a few little things, but I'm good now. But not knowing that if you explain the whole thing, they're gonna be like, oh wow, like that's how did you even get through that? And yeah, but it literally it's like crickets basically. It's like you go through, you get out of hell, you get out of hell on earth basically. You get out of hell, and then it's like as if nothing happens. Like everything's just calm. The wind is calm. Everything just somehow worked out in your favor. You don't even you don't even talk about it. You don't even sound like you suffered. You don't even talk like you suffered. You don't even walk, do anything. You're just like, I'm fine. And so these trials are they're so tough, but they never break you. Like you probably even noticed throughout your whole life. You've gone through many like extreme, like literally hell on earth type situations. Like situations are so tough. You're just like, how am I even gonna like do this? Like sometimes you may have even gone, you may have been depressed. You could have even been suicidal. You could have even been extremely anxious. You could have been through like tons of these negative emotions. But still, even while you're at these feelings, all these crazy feelings, all these negative feelings, these depression, this anxiety, this stress, you never break. It's like you're kind of like you're a stick. Like say you're just like bamboo. You ever seen bamboo where it's like you could bend it, but it doesn't break? It's extremely strong. So that's how you are. It's like you go through situations that want to bend you. They want to break you. Like these situations want to break you. And these situations are completely opposite of what you desire. It's like the complete opposite. You're like, I want this, but then it's a complete opposite. And you're like, man, what's going on? And then it's kind of like a test. It's like, is it going to break you? But usually you learn something from it. That's why you never break. It's like the things you go through could get you this close to like kind of losing your mind in a minute. You're like, man, I'm going to like, what am I going to do? Like, this is pointless. Like, why am I suffering so much? Because I used to ask myself all this all the time. It's like, why do I have to suffer so much with these things? And like, everyone's got a certain thing that they suffer with the most, or like, or it could be a few things. I'm just like, why does this even have to happen? Like, I don't see anyone else suffering with this. Like, why does it have to be me? So before you knew, you were chosen, you're destined for a whole different type of purpose by God. You might have felt kind of like life was unfair in a way. You might have been like, man, like everyone just gets to do this, gets to do that, nothing happens. I try to do it, there's all this resistance. It's like something's always trying to stop me. It's like you probably know it's in your life as well, chosen one. Your life has never been perfectly smooth, ever. It's never been perfectly smooth. You could have everything that you need, but something's gonna be in there that's gonna kinda ruin it, whether that's maybe, let's say, I don't know, maybe let's say you started to work out, you wanted to get your body right. Next thing you know, you're injured. Like you might have a swollen ankle or something, or like your back hurts really bad or something. You're just like, man, what's going on? It's like something's always stopping you. Or maybe you have like a right idea about, you're like, man, I want to get this business. I want to start this business. And maybe you have a job, you're trying to like fund this business. Next thing you know, for some reason, your money keeps going down for no reason. Like your car breaks down, or like your house like needs repair, or like wherever you live, your house needs repair, or like something that's in the way that's kind of always stopping you. And you probably, before you knew, you were probably like, man, what is this going on? So these are attacks from the enemy. The enemy's he's so petty. He's always been trying to stop you from doing, it could be anything. It doesn't even matter. All that matters to him is that you're chosen. He wants to stop you. So you probably, anything you would have done, there was probably always something that was irritating about it, like something that's always stopping you. It could be literally anything. And I would love to, because I know you guys can resonate with this. I would love to hear your experience with this. Like whenever you're like, you have an idea, or you're like, you have a goal to reach, and like you have everything you need, but then there's something that's like kind of stopping you. And it always seems to happen. Like this is usually a pattern, and it shows in one's life too. You probably notice this with anything you do. Something is missing that's like you need. But yeah, it's like, so back to the example with, say you had a business idea, and it like resonates with you. You know it's what you're made to do. And say you need maybe like 10,000 to start or something. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna go save 10,000. I'm not gonna spend I'm gonna watch my money. I'm not gonna spend on anything besides needs like food and gas and like all these. You're like, I'm not gonna do anything. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna save up. I'm probably gonna you're probably working like a job or a side job or something to save up, or whatever you're doing to save out the money. Next thing you know, bad things just keep going down. It's like as soon as the devil hears that you're trying to save money for like the certain reason, he's gonna be like, okay, there goes your car now. Like maybe all your tires went flat. Then you have to drop like $600 or something. Maybe you need your laptop or something, or like you need a better computer for whatever it is. Next thing you know, those break, or like they malfunction, or like there's something wrong with it, and you're like, man, what's going on? And like, so throughout your whole life, this is how a chosen one's life has been. Usually, like your life has always kind of had these like petty things in the way, and you're like, man, what's going on? It's like, why does everything have to be so? Why can't anything go smooth? But yeah, your life is made like that because you're being attacked. So you get attacked by the enemy a lot, but you get attacked or you get tested by God as well. He's like, okay, is he or she gonna still trust me? Is he gonna still go through with it and everything? So you get put into all these trials. But the reason you go through all these trials as well, because you already know yourself that you're extremely strong. Like you're impossible to break. You can't break. Your spirit's way too strong. So you're made to go through all these trials because God already knows you're not gonna break. He already knows that no matter how hard it gets, you're still not gonna stop. Even if you try to tell yourself, I give up, you're just gonna throw in the towel. It's like, I just give up with whatever the situation is. You can't even bring yourself to do it. It's like something lifts you back up. You can't bring yourself at all to even give up. It's like, I've noticed this with myself as well. You try to say, like, you know what, like, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Like, I'm completely done with it. 10 minutes later, maybe 10 minutes later, you probably took some time by yourself. And then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna do it again. It's like you can never completely fall into like, I guess to say you won't completely ever fall into like a complete depression in a way. Like you'll want to give up, but something in your spirit doesn't let you. Your spirit's always on fire because of God. He's like, that's how he made you. He put his spirit inside of you. So your spirit's always on fire. And like you'll tell yourself, like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna be normal. I'm gonna do normal things. I'm not gonna put up with it anymore. It's like, yeah, if you try even telling yourself that, it's not gonna work out because your spirit's gonna be back up on fire. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna do it again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, chosen one, you go through hell. You've gone through hell in your life for a long time. You've gone through situations, losses, setbacks, pain, rejections, anything that's negative. You've gone through a lot of these, and for a very long time. But then at the end of the day, though, you come out of these hellish situations as if nothing happened. Like you don't look like you suffered at all. You don't even talk like you suffered at all. You don't walk like you suffered. Your spirit doesn't even get bitter. You don't even get negative. You don't even start hating at anyone. You don't start being jealous of anyone. You don't really get apathetic. It's just like, kind of how a chosen one thinks. It's like once you break out of these hellish situations, you're just like, finally I'm free. That's how you see it, because you're so positive. You're never gonna let it like make you bitter and like hate people. It's not even in you to hate people or like hate certain things. It's not even in you to hate. But if you guys enjoyed this video though, and you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video and also comment anything below, because comments are by far my favorite thing to read. But all right, guys, God bless you and stay strong.